Cafe, Darrell's after 3. Fabulous Friday. Friday night under the lights. Bismarck High Demons in West Fargo to play the Cheyenne Mustangs. Dan Turnus with the action. 6:45 pregame tonight here in K-Fire. 550 Guns and the 701 next.
Dakota Mornings with Michael Bell.
It's like the Buck family. Joe Buck to me is postseason baseball. And I appreciate his Fox broadcast with Troy Aikman, but he to me is postseason baseball. I do want to be clear, as someone who does not have a voice for radio and that is coming across very clearly, that you two definitely have a voice for radio.
I've been told I have the face for radio too, so I mean, it's a match made in heaven.
So I get told that all the time that I have a face for radio.
Weekday mornings at 9 on K-Fire.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 original stations for you to explore right now, like Coffee Shop Radio.
Bad habits lead to you. Yeah, they were all yellow.
Just search Coffee Shop Radio and listen now on your free iHeart app. Free never sounded so good.
At the Home Depot, the holidays have arrived.
And so is all my family. So I'm working on keeping up with the laundry.
The Home Depot is here to help with Black Friday savings up to 40% off select appliances. Spend less time doing laundry with smart, efficient appliances from Samsung, ranked #1 in customer satisfaction.
Perfect. Less laundry time means more family time.
Get Black Friday savings now with free delivery and financing on select appliances at the Home Depot. Visit jdpower.com/awards for more details. Offer valid November 6th through December 4th. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
Hello, everyone. It's your favorite president, Donald J. Trump, here to introduce something really special. You're going to love it. My new Trump watches. It's one of the best watches made. Wear it proudly on your wrist, and everyone will know what it's for, who it's for, what it represents. Get your Trump watch right now. Go to gettrumpwatches.com. It's Trump time.
That's right. President Trump has won the election, and now he's released his official Trump watches. Celebrate this historic victory with a Trump watch that stands for strength, leadership, and winning. But don't wait, because these limited edition watches won't be around for long. Go to gettrumpwatches.com now to get your Trump watch before they're gone. It's an easy URL to remember. gettrumpwatches.com. Don't miss your chance to own a piece of history. Go now to gettrumpwatches.com and get your watch today. See gettrumpwatches.com for details. Trump watches are not intended for investment purposes. Hurry! Go now to gettrumpwatches.com.
Find what you love, love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Guides in the know and prices so low, it just might blow your mind. And love what you find.
With curbside pickup and delivery available, you'll always find what you love, only at Total Wine & More.
Drink responsibly, B21. Seems like there's more identity theft in the news every day.
Another major healthcare breach was reported today, resulting in the exposure.
1 in 4 consumers have been a victim of identity.
That's because there are endless places that could accidentally expose you to identity theft, in a breach, or simply by mistake. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it. Guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Black Friday is coming, and for the adults in your life who love the coolest toys, well, there's something for them this year too. Bartesian is the premier craft cocktail maker that automatically makes more than 60 seasonal and classic cocktails, each in under 30 seconds at the push of a button. And right now, Bartesian is having a huge site-wide sale. You can get $100 off any cocktail maker or cocktail maker bundle when you spend $400 or more. So, if the cocktail lover in your life has been good this year, or the right kind of bad, get them Bartesian. At the push of a button, make bar-quality cosmopolitans, martinis, Manhattans, and more. All in just 30 seconds. All for $100 off. Amazing toys aren't just for kids. Get $100 off a cocktail maker when you spend $400 through Cyber Monday. Visit bartesian.com/cocktail. That's BARTESIAN.com/cocktail.
All right, so there we were, cruising through the new open-air zoo, when I realized that the park was closing in like 15 minutes. Luckily, we were in my Nissan Rogue. With its powerful VC turbo engine, well, we had time to see all the animals. Whoa! And outrun a few!
Drive the Nissan Rogue.
Oh, my God, that was great. Did you catch that?
I caught that, yeah.
Huh?
I did.
That's the best line in a commercial since Kmart's Christmas time offering to send your pants. Do you remember that one on TV? Oh, dude, call me right back. You got a bad line here. Call me right back. Darn it. Clay Guns of the 701. Kmart did a big ship my pants campaign, which was outstanding. How about this? Oh, I bet that's better.
Better now?
That's a lot better. Remember Kmart's big thing about ship my pants?
Yeah, I kind of vaguely remember that.
It was one of their last big campaigns. It was Christmas time. Ship. So we're clear here. Ship my pants? Yeah, ship my pants. Ship my pants.
And don't give a sheet. I thought that was great. I
know. It's like, that's the best one since Ship My Pants. 18 and K-Fire. Guns in the 701. I'm supposed to do this with a straight face now. That's not fair. Oh, speaking of that's not fair. So Walz couldn't even win his own county?
I know. I had to throw that in there because I know he's your favorite governor. I just thought of that. Minnesota was closer than anybody thought it would be. They haven't voted for a Republican since the 70s, I believe. But, I mean, when you look at that and see what happened, and then Walz couldn't even carry his own county, that tells you a lot.
That's rough. Oof.
I know. Wow. I'm kind of looking at a map of Minnesota, and once again, most of Minnesota's red, except for certain places. And we all know where them are at. Minnesota Twin Cities area, St. Cloud, even Rochester was a little better, that area, than it was in the past. So, as we can see, it's, that's why I keep advocating. Don't we need like an electoral college for statewide campaigns? Well, I would love to see that.
Run over to Minnesota, get their constitution redone, and we can do that.
Start right here in North Dakota.
I mean, why? We only have one political party in North Dakota. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, Democrats. Don't get mad at me. I'm just kidding.
But yeah, he's in Blue Earth County there, and that must be around Mankato because he
Yep, a little South Mankato.
Yep, and yeah, he couldn't even carry that. I mean,
that's tough.
It's kind of like when McGovern couldn't carry South Dakota,
Yeah. But, he's on the wrong end of politics to carry that part of the state, though, because that's going to be a very red part of the state.
Well, and I don't think he helped himself by getting on the public stage. I knew who he was. I didn't know much about him. I knew he was a leftist, and he embraces the Democrat platform of anti-gun. And let's face it, across the board, Todd, if you looked at them candidates that ran on a soft record on the Second Amendment, or they even tried to, tried to mask themselves as who they were, they got trounced. They truly did. The Second Amendment was truly on the ballot this year, along with a lot of other issues. And Walz is one of them guys. I mean, he got out there. If you're going to do a photo op hunting, you probably better be able to operate the firearm you're using.
Or just hold it. Don't prove that you can't. Just hold it. I mean, you know me, right? I've not been around guns much of my life. I'm very much in support of them for people who know how to properly. But you know what? If somebody were to put one in my hand, say, here, fidget with this and make it look like you shoot guns all the time. Okay, well, I'm not going to do anything with it because I'm not going to prove the point.
Right. To me, if you don't have a lot of familiarity with firearms, but you're willing to learn, you know what? The best thing he could have done is said, hey, let's find an instructor here and let's run through the safety precautions and things like that.
Yeah,
that would actually resonate way more and be way more genuine, or at least appear to be genuine, than what he did. And of course, our next, the most pro Second Amendment governor, Kelly Armstrong, coming up that we've probably seen in modern times. He hopped on our show and actually had the exact gun on there. And it got us nixed on YouTube right at the 3-minute mark. But I tell you what, it was worth it because he showed Tim Walz how to properly operate his gun, and that was classic.
Although, why do I feel like a whole bunch of people, hey, Tim, here, let me show you about that. There.
Yeah, let me show you how that.
I'm sure you know some people that, you really, what'd you do that for? That would be my question to them is, if you had to do the campaign over, if you could do the campaign over again, would you still pick him again? Because I was very surprised they picked him, because I thought, where's the strength in that other than him being somewhat of an antidote or a contrast to, and I don't mean racially, although that's true too, to Kamala Harris.
Well,
kind of a good old yuckster boy there, and so, but other than that, I don't know why in the world he was the pick. I just don't.
I don't either. I think Shapiro would have been better in Pennsylvania for her, but I think he would have overshadowed her, and that would have been problematic.
Oh, well, we can't have that. Well, and always pick a running mate that's dumber than yourself? Is that the mantra here?
On their side. And you got to remember, that side, especially her, she's an elitist Californian. I mean, that's where she comes from. She got appointed to the Senate position when she was there. So, again, never ran for anything, really, truly. And they think that of us. I mean, they put a guy up and dress him up in an Elmer Fudd hat and an Elmer Fudd coat and then try to spew that they're these great rural roots, Midwest type people that go hunting and fishing, and the Second Amendment, we're not going to take nothing away. Well, you guys, don't know what the Second Amendment really means, and you can't fake it. We know. It was proven again and again and again this election cycle.
Can you ever really fake your way into the White House? I mean, aren't you going to get outed somewhere along the line?
Well, you would think, especially in today's world, with all the knowledge and things. I mean, everything you've done from high school now is going to be online somewhere. I really feel sorry for the next generation.
Oh, I know. It's going to be really creepy. Like 20, 30 years from now, there's going to be so much YouTube footage on everybody. Nobody's going to be able to run for anything.
Exactly. I tell you this, Todd. I'm glad there was none of this around when I was a kid. I wouldn't even be able to be on the radio.
If they had enough of my freshman year alone, when drinking age was 18 in Wisconsin, I wasn't breaking the law. Drinking age was 18. That said, it would be enough to get me kicked out of just about every possibility in life.
Pretty much.
So there we are.
They'd find the skeletons very easy, and mine aren't that bad. I mean, there's a radio interview out there with me over in the eastern part of South Dakota because we were talking gun stuff when I was a rep. And the guy who was interviewing me, he says, I see you've got multiple speeding tickets in the state of South Dakota. I said, and? Well, how can you say you're a guy of rule of law, especially with the Second Amendment, when you break this law? I said, because I don't believe in speed limits, and I will continue to break that law every single day. I said, next question. This guy was just stunned. I think he's kind of a leftist.
That's why you never ran for governor. Okay, now we know.
Speaking of that, congratulations to the Guns and 701 endorsed candidate. I know that's what took Kelly over the top, but congratulations, Kelly. We're looking forward to it. We truly are. And it was a lot of fun up there. We appreciate the invite up there, Jamie and I, and we did prove we could stay on for about 4.5 hours. So.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. Now he's got to be a little bit more careful, though. He's governor. It's not going to be just him showing up.
I think Kelly's just going to be Kelly, even as
you think so?
Okay.
I mean,
he's a solid guy, and he's a real guy. Everybody, you know what? I hear lots of things, just like I do about any candidate. But I'm telling you right now, Kelly's a solid guy, and he's an everyday guy. And I think he'll just call it like he did. When I was watching him in his in the Judiciary Committee hearings when he'd be on. I'm probably the only nerd in North Dakota that watches committees in their hearings.
Well, I'm now being told he will appear, but it has to be called governors in this 701 and not guns.
There we go.
So was that the Guns in the 701 endorsed candidate who won over in Montana?
Well, I guess we could have endorsed him. We kept it pretty local. But, yeah, I tell you what, Montana's starting to flip back over where it belongs. I mean, Tim Sheehy he pulled it out, and let's face it, John Tester in the Senate has been there for 18 years. The guy's been soft on the Second Amendment, and I think the people just finally got tired of it. This guy, he's a Navy SEAL. He's a businessman. He supports Trump. And, I mean, he was unrelenting about his support for the Second Amendment. He made that the center of his campaign, and it worked because Montanans, just like us here, we like our Second Amendment. We cherish it, and we will protect it. And finally, he stepped up, and he just ran a heck of a great campaign, and that was his focus. And what's Tester supposed to do? He can't defend it. He even took money from what we would consider anti-gun or anti-Second Amendment groups. You cannot defend that when you take money from them groups. They didn't give you money just for the fun of it. They expected something.
Generally not, but you never know.
Montana, their governor race. I mean, Busey came in there. This guy, he worked for Kimber Firearms, and I knew that from days before. And he tried to use that as his credential to try and make it, hey, I'm a great Montana. No, you're not. You lobbied for things all the time. You sat out there in California and was a paid witness in tons of gun control lawsuits. This guy, he flipped it on a dime after he left Kimber, and he always was kind of a FUD. Plus, he was a big outspoken person for backcountry hunters and anglers, which started out in Montana. I'm not even so sure he didn't start it. And they are not what the title tells everybody. These people are environmentalists, the whack job kind, don't really care for guns, except maybe a shotgun and a rifle. They'll let you have them. They're not on our side whatsoever, and he was part of that as well. So I was very happy to see this happening over there in Montana, and that was a key thing too, Todd. Think about that. That's a key race that helped us in the U.S. Senate. It looks like now we're at 53, and I think we're going to be at 54 with the win in Pennsylvania now being declared. I'm telling you, the Senate's going to be a completely different place now, and it was a big win Tuesday night for gun rights.
Should finally be able to get some work done in D.C.
That'd be nice.
No doubt. It's Clay, Guns in the 701. We've got more coming up on
K-Fire 550.
Friday edition, Clay Travis, Buck Sexton show. Guess what? We got some celebrating to do. We'll end election week with all the latest on Trump's big win and send you into the weekend in a fantastic mood because, boy, we're all still walking on air here. Come hang with us, Friday edition. Clay and Buck.
This morning at 11 on K-Fire.
It's Mitchell in the morning. K-Fire 550.
Midwest farmers and Northern Plains farmers unlikely to receive any farm program payments. We'll talk about
LAUER Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give them a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at LAUER Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with LAUER, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake. LAUER Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at LAUER Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's LAUER Auto Repair, 701-258-6308.
701-258-6308.
Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Experience the exhilaration of power in your hands at Bloodline Kinetics. Why Cerakote? Simply, it aids in firearm preservation while also giving your piece a unique look. Barrel threading, NFA laser engraving, bolt handle threading, mount, level, and bore, sight scope chamber rebarreling, and much more. Bloodline Kinetics is meant to reflect a long American lineage in gun ownership, who stand for the Second Amendment rights, Bloodline, and the science behind gun accuracy. Kinetics. To some, it's just a constitutional right that can go away. To us, it's in our American bloodline, and we believe it should stay that way. Here at Bloodline Kinetics, we understand that hunters, sportsmen, women, and gun owners should have a quality firearm. Stop and see us at 2008 Morrison Avenue 2 in Bismarck, North Dakota, 58504, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 701-390-7997. Visit our website, bloodlinekinetics.com.
Ever tried catching a fish with your bare hands or hunting a deer with a stick? Don't be that guy. At Mandan Sporting Goods, we've got all the hunting and camping gear you need. We're your one-stop shop for outdoor adventure.
A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
Check us out at mandansportinggoods.com, or better yet, stop in to 210 East Main Street, Mandan, North Dakota. Mandan Sporting Goods, where the outdoors meets functionality. Store hours, Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Closed Sunday. Take up arms at Mandan Sporting Goods. Your adventure starts here.
Looking for the best gun gear for every and any situation? Little Angry Man Arms LLC has you covered. Top-notch guns from top-name brands like Winchester, Glock, Sig Sauer, and Ruger to essential extras from Magpul, Streamlight, Hollow, Sun Optics, and more. Little Angry Man Arms LLC have everything to make your shooting adventures a success. Visit littleangrymanarms.com today and gear up for your next big hunt, competition, or home defense. Don't miss out on our exclusive deals. Little Angry Man Arms LLC, based in Trail City, South Dakota, your ultimate hunting partner.
Yeah, hey, look, I got the moves like Michael, the flow like Aubrey, walk around thinking I'm a prince like Saudi. Mismatched Converse, t-shirts tucked in, know my worth, can't tell me nothing. White Nikes, albino, pink cop my stilo, head to the top, bottom line is a motto.
K-Fire, KFYR.
Fox News, I'm Therese Crowley. President-elect Donald Trump's first cabinet appointment is historic, tapping his campaign architect, Susie Wiles.
Susie Wiles becomes the first female chief of staff in U.S. history. President-elect Trump calling her tough, smart, innovative, and universally admired and respected.
Fox's Aisha Hasni at West Palm Beach, Florida, notes Wiles is also the daughter of the legendary sportscaster and former NFL player Pat Summerall. A caravan of 3,000 migrants marching through Mexico for the U.S. border is breaking up, dwindling to 1,600, reports Reuters, losing hope about their chances in the U.S. with a Trump promise of deportation. U.S. footwear giant Steve Madden scaling back its Chinese operation to avoid tariffs under the incoming Trump administration. America's listening to Fox News.
And now from North Dakota's News Authority, Todd Mitchell, K-Fire Radio News.
Warmer now into the weekend. Rain chances increase over southern eastern portions tomorrow into Sunday. It does look to be all rain. The Veterans Day holiday a touch cooler. For Bismarck, AccuWeather calling for sunshine and 53 today. Partly cloudy 32 tonight. Partly sunny tomorrow morning. More cloud cover in the afternoon 50. The sun back for Sunday 57. Partly sunny Veterans Day Monday 43. Back to 54 on Tuesday. Governor-elect Kelly Armstrong says property tax reform will be his top priority in the legislative session. The congressman speaking about a recent ballot measure that would have repealed North Dakota's property tax system. Armstrong was against the measure, but said if state lawmakers don't offer some relief soon, the proposal will come back and fast. The governor-elect said he's open to ideas like expanding tax relief to allow homeowners to apply for $500 off their 2024 property taxes. A Williston man facing a domestic violence charge after allegedly choking a woman he was living with. Officers responded to a report of domestic violence October 31st. The woman told police she and the man were having an argument before he punched and choked her. A Grand Forks man accused of stealing nearly $38,000 from a bar. Court records say Andrew Helfenberger allegedly lifted the cash from a safe inside the Long Hall Saloon. The man's an employee at the Grand Forks Blue Line Club, which runs charitable gaming inside the bar. He's been charged with felony theft, scheduled to be back in court next month. State officials approving a natural gas rate increase. North Dakota Public Service Commission approving a 6% increase for natural gas customers of Montana Dakota Utilities. The increase will raise natural gas rates by an average of $3.55 for about 117,000 customers. That will allow MDU to recover an additional $9.4 million a year. Residents in Williams and Montreal counties have voted to end funding for cloud seeding. That means only Bowman and McKenzie counties and parts of Slope will be part of the weather modification program. Burke and Ward counties already ended the practice. Cloud seeding involves sending silver iodide and dry ice to seedable clouds to promote rainfall. Mandan Middle School students are planting 96 flags to represent the nearly $1,200 in donations their disabled American veterans fields of Flags fundraiser to honor veterans on Veterans Day Monday. The total surpassed their goal of $1,000. It was the 44th highest amount out of 565 schools nationwide that participated. And North Coast Airport's getting ready for the holidays. Plans being put into place, including getting extra staff on hand to handle the extra increase in passengers. Businesses in the terminals also preparing for a busy time with some hiring extra staff. Minot International's airport terminal will be open earlier to accommodate more travelers. A weekend warm-up, your K-Fire AccuWeather forecast is on the way.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 original stations for you to explore right now, like Coffee Shop Radio.
Bad habits lead to you. Yeah, they were all yellow.
Just search Coffee Shop Radio and listen now on your free iHeart app. Free never sounded so good.
Hello, everyone. It's your favorite president, Donald J. Trump, here to introduce something really special. You're going to love it. My new Trump watches. It's one of the best watches made. Wear it proudly on your wrist, and everyone will know what it's for, who it's for, what it represents. Get your Trump watch right now. Go to gettrumpwatches.com. It's Trump time.
That's right. President Trump has won the election, and now he's released his official Trump watches. Celebrate this historic victory with a Trump watch that stands for strength, leadership, and winning. But don't wait, because these limited edition watches won't be around for long. Go to gettrumpwatches.com now to get your Trump watch before they're gone. It's an easy URL to remember, gettrumpwatches.com. Don't miss your chance to own a piece of history. Go now to gettrumpwatches.com and get your watch today. See gettrumpwatches.com for details. Trump watches are not intended for investment purposes. Hurry! Go now to gettrumpwatches.com.
Here's your AccuWeather forecast. Sunshine. It'll be a cool day today. The high at 53. Partly cloudy cold tonight, low 32. Sun and clouds tomorrow morning, followed by limited sunshine throughout the afternoon, the high 50. Clouds, a passing shower or two tomorrow night, low 35. Sunny, mild day Sunday, the high 57. Partly sunny, a chilly day on Monday, high Monday 43. Plan with confidence. Check out AccuWeather.com and download the app today. With your AccuWeather forecast, I'm Steve Williams.
8:39:27 at K-Fire. Back to Clay and Guns in the 701 next.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 original stations for you to explore right now, like Coffee Shop Radio.
Bad habits lead to you. Yeah, they were all yellow.
Just search Coffee Shop Radio and listen now on your free iHeart app. Free never sounded so good.
We get it. Credit cards aren't one size fits all. When you're building credit or just trying to manage expenses, you need straightforward service. No hidden fees, no unnecessary frills. That's where we come in. For 30 years, we've helped millions of people get their first or next credit card. Your credit journey with Premier Bank Card begins now. Tap the banner to learn more.
This is the story of the one. As a facility technician installing a new welding station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety. That's why when questions arise, there's Grainger. Grainger offers detailed technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety, having answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's the Marketer's Report. Today, Erica Taylor, Chief Marketing Officer of Genentech, explains how audio is an ideal way for brands to tell their stories.
Everyone is listening somewhere, somehow. I think that there's something deep in all of us that enjoys listening to and telling stories. When I think about what we do here at Genentech, we do a lot to actually tell the broader story of our company and the legacy that we stand upon. 45 years marketing more than 40 medicines over that time period. And we celebrate that in story form, in audio format. It's a great way for people to learn more about what we offer and to be educated in an easy and convenient way.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to all. Every audience, live conversations, trusted influencers, and the insights and data you need to grow. Not just a media company. iHeartMedia is your access company. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
O'Reilly. You've got questions? O'Reilly Auto Parts has answers. Need a pro you can trust? We've got that too. No matter what you need, our professional parts people have the training and expertise to help you do things right. Deep automotive knowledge. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Get $250 when you switch to a Royal Credit Union checking account. Switch to Royal's Smart Checking account and enjoy no monthly fees or minimum balance, free mobile check deposits, and surcharge-free access to over 40,000 ATMs nationwide. Getting your $250 is easy. Open your Royal checking account, receive 2 payroll direct deposits, and you'll receive $250. See details and open your account today at rcu.org/checking bonus. Insured by NCUA.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel angry or depressed most of the time? Do you feel neglected or unloved?
Do you feel that if the drinker loved you, she or he would stop drinking?
If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
Not everyone trapped by alcohol is an alcoholic.
Families and friends are suffering too. Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
Muhammad Ali, George Foreman, 1974.
Story behind the Rumble in the Jungle is like a Hollywood movie.
But that is only half the story. There's also James Brown, Bill Withers, B.B. King, Miriam Makeba.
All the biggest black artists on the planet.
Together in Africa.
It was a big deal.
Listen to Rumble, Ali, Foreman, and the Soul of 74 on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Rumble, Ali, Foreman, and the Soul of 74 to start listening.
Boy, if only the off-air conversation was on the air.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's the premium subscription version of this show. Except that then that would mean you're kind of not paying attention to the paying advertisers, so we would never actually do that. But if we did, well, I guess we could do it and release it later. And
yeah, you just have to put it up there later.
Yeah,
so, hey,
you just wait like
premium subscription.
Wait like 18 hours and then put it on there. And yeah, you have to have the password and stuff. You have to have the current password. We change it every time.
And have a warning that some of this may be offensive and not suitable for young audience.
Yeah. You have to read the terms of service. You have to scroll down. You can't click agree until you've scrolled all the way to the bottom.
There you go.
You know, you've filled out enough of those things, right? Where it's like, just agree. I'm not going to read it. Well, you have to scroll down. Ugh, fine. I'll scroll down and still not read it, and you haven't solved anything. 844 at K-Fire. Todd Mitchell plays here, and Guns in the 701. Oh, wow, I just got a pop-up. Want to win a free gun? No. What would I do with that?
Wouldn't want that at all, would you?
They just put me on camera not being able to handle it, and then what? Oh, look at Todd.
No.
Maybe he's our next Democrat for president. Huh.
We just take you out to the range and show you how to properly use it.
Oh, there we go. That's a novel idea. Yeah, that's a novel idea. If you're going to go on camera playing with a gun, how about learning it before you do it?
How about learning it and being authentic?
I mean, it's,
so, you know,
right. It's not like they sprung it on him. Obviously, he knew it was coming.
Yeah.
It's not like he got ambushed. It's not like he was on, a TV news thing and then somebody brought a gun and handed it to him and said, hey, you like guns, don't you? Here, why don't you show us how this works?
Yeah.
That would be a little unfair, maybe, but if you know ahead of time and you still blow it.
Oh, there we go. Now we know what kind of VP he would have been. He planned that and staged that and still failed, so there you go.
Yeah.
Couldn't even plan it right.
I mean, and I guess I just kept, and I know I've harped on this a billion times, so what's one more? Look how he handled Lake Street. Do you give him the keys to the whole country?
No. And
I'm sorry,
I've been down in that area of the Twin Cities, and yeah, you're right. When I was out there in February, I had to make a point, and I was like, wow, I hadn't been down there in a while. It's destroyed. And it's still destroyed.
There's a fair amount of rebuilding going on, all things considered. I know that western end has had its own problems apart from the Floyd guys. I mean, that's really had its own crime problems, but I feel sorry for, there was a family that, I don't remember where they were from, but they opened a storefront at Hennepin and Lake. And they finally I don't know, 6 months, whatever it was, after the Floyd thing, and then the thing where they blocked off Hennepin for that guy that they gunned down in the parking ramp that wouldn't surrender and should have, dummy. He'd still be alive today had he just bothered paying attention to the law, but no. Anyway, there's just been way too much crime, and he said, you know what? We're done. We thought we were going to get the American dream here and all this, but it's just turning into a nightmare. And all I could think is, please don't blame the whole country, because, there are parts of the country you don't want to go. That's one of them right now. And obviously plenty of cities have plenty of,
places like
Let's
that.
pick on Detroit more. We need to pick on Detroit more anyway. They deserve it.
Mile Road or whatever it's called. 12-mile road.
8 Mile.
8 Mile. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty rough, I hear.
You realize that, I was talking about this earlier, you realize that movie is 22 years old today?
Really? Wow.
That seems so wrong.
It does.
Remember when you were a kid, things that were 22 years old were like really old?
Yeah, now we're the guy.
Now, like 22 years old is like yesterday. Nah, that was like 3-4 years. Oh, yeah, it was 22.
Or when your kids go, hey, check this movie out, Dad. Yeah, I went to it in the theater 20 years ago. And you're discovering it now. Good job, boy.
And now that I think about it, I think every movie I used to sit and have to sit through that my dad wanted to watch, every black and white movie at the time was probably 22 years old.
Probably. Yeah, they weren't that old, were they?
8 Mile is an oldie. Everything in M&M's an oldie now.
Yeah, everything.
Did
you know that Michigan, though, the legislature is no longer controlled by Democrats? So the old governors out there are going to, I think that I don't remember if they took the House or the Senate in the state legislature. Like, wow. So even Michigan people are pissed off at what the governor pulled. And that's the way it sounded. I didn't get a lot of details on it, but
Michigan strikes me as kind of Minnesota, where, the big city, like Detroit's probably very blue, but so much of the outstate is probably very red.
I imagine when you see the breakout, and some of these maps are starting to come out, but the states as a whole, most of them are red. Even California's got a ton of red. I mean, if you look at the northern part, California's red. And then you've got those little pockets that are very populated that turn deep blue, and they dictate to the rest of the state. It just proves why, like I said, electoral colleges work. They do. They give more, I guess, speech and freedom and oversight to people that live in areas that aren't as populated as it should be.
Hey, the Electoral College was the only college I didn't get a rejection letter from when I applied. Did you see Newsom is now beginning to Trump-proof California? I mean,
well, not just him. New Jersey come out, and then you had that idiot attorney general there in New York. She come out, and that was like watching Lurch up there and giving warnings to Trump.
And Pritzker in Illinois too. If you're coming for my people, you got to come through me.
Yeah, no problem.
Careful, because Secret Service has people that'll plow right through you too, buddy. Something tells me the United States Secret Service, even in its worst day, as we saw in Pennsylvania, is still better than whatever Illinois got to offer. But
did you see how close we got in Illinois? And that's a diehard anti-gun town, Chicago. I mean, that's what dictates to Illinois. And we got within, 4 points in Illinois or 3? I was like, that's the closest we've been, on a national schedule for a presidential run in years.
Well, dude, it can't be that anti-gun. There's plenty of people getting gunned down there all the time.
Well, yeah, but you got too many people who want to control them, I guess. But there was
the funny side of gun violence. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Jeez, I'm sorry. I'll just apologize now before anybody demands it out of me. But there's an irony to you saying they don't like guns there, and then they have so much gun violence there. Obviously, somebody likes guns over there.
I like to call it gun crime because the gun don't do nothing. It's the moron behind it. So
right.
It's just I don't understand when you look at the mega urban metropolitan areas, they always put in the most restrictive gun laws and have the most crime, and then blame everybody else for it. And it's like, really? So what's the issue out here in the Dakotas? Everybody has a gun or 100 or so, and nobody has a problem.
According to a rumor I just started, I hear that they had rock control about 10 seconds after Cain killed Abel.
That's right.
We need more rock control.
Put yourself in an adjustable butt stock on it and a 30-round mag, and then you've got an assault rock, right?
851 at K-Fire. It's Clay and Guns in the 701 before we run here. A Halloween...
Yeah.
Ooh, I'll just let you delve into this. Halloween gets scary enough without this kind of...
Well, and I thought it was interesting because it was a stabbing. Halloween kind of has, more so knives and things associated with it than guns so much. A resident had to defend his home. And so this happened in Iberia Parish, Louisiana, on Halloween night. Basically, a guy, he decided he was going to go and try to, essentially, I think, probably burglarize 2 homes, the way it kind of sounded. And he was armed with a knife. Well, that didn't go so good. The sheriff's office, they responded to 2 separate home invasions and a stabbing at 6 p.m. So this didn't happen in the middle of the night either. When they got there, it resulted in injuries, including a gunshot wound to the intruder, Casey Mao. I think that's how you pronounce his name. I'm horrible at that.
Go with that. You're the first person to ever mispronounce his name. You know that, right?
Oh, absolutely. He was responsible for attacking the occupants in both these residences. Well, he's 47 years old. He probably, at 47 and you're doing that, you're already making bad life choices ahead of time.
You think?
Yeah, just a few, right? I mean, he goes in, and Louisiana's got pretty good self-defense laws down there, and he went into the wrong place. The investigators determined that he had been shot by the resident of the second home during an attempt to defend himself against his attack. It appears that he may have attacked an individual in each home before being stopped by the second homeowner's defensive use of a firearm. And, he shot him in the chest. I went to the local news to kind of take a look at it. Yeah, this guy was center mass. It's surprising that the perp didn't die, but he did get emergency help. They took both the victims, which they came out just fine, to the hospitals, and then basically put this guy under arrest after he was stabilized, and he's facing a lot of charges. So, hey, there's our happy ending. Again, the Second Amendment defends not just 1, but 2 residences, and we got a bad guy out the street. So it's just another great story about how self-defense works every time.
By the way, my neighbor and good friend Tom reminds me that those Illinois cops couldn't even stop the Blues Brothers for like 100 miles. So they're
mission from God.
Guns of the 701, when's the new stuff hit?
Be right after the show here. Things will hit the iHeart app. Just hop on there and take a look at it. We got everything you want to hear on there and then some. Again, thanks to Kelly Armstrong for letting us come up there and having a great time covering the election. Hey, Michael Bell, great to see you there. By the way, we didn't need that much entertainment in our adult beverages, but he can explain that to you later. So, but it's good to see Michael up there, and then everybody else. It was great being there and celebrating a great victory for we the people. It was just a great night and went way better than we thought it would. So yeah, and then check out our website, gunsinthe701.com. We got everything uploaded there too.
Perfect. All right. Have a good weekend. Take care.
You too. Thanks, Todd.
Clay, Guns of the 701, Fridays on K-Fire. Happy birthday.